There'll be a recording of it that you'll be able to look at another time. They all go on our YouTube NKA class channel that you can continue to look at. And if you haven't met Rachel, she's going to introduce herself. I was just going to briefly tell you about New Knowledge Adventures. Hopefully you all had an easy time to get on our site and sign up for the class. And you know, the class goes five sessions, starts today. This is our first one. And each time you get on the class, it's the same Zoom link. We don't change it each week. And you do get reminders ahead telling you about the class. So hopefully you see those and you have the Zoom link there for yourself that you can continue to use. All of us are volunteers, and this is a volunteer program, and it was established in 2015 in the Treasure Valley area. It actually was modeled after a very successful program that was in Pocatello. So we're kind of joyful that we have Rachel with us because she is in Pocatello, and she was part of this original project that was with ISU. So we're just grateful that all of our volunteers do this for us and offer free classes. We're always looking for free classes. So make sure you stay on mute. Make sure you stay on mute. Hopefully, can all of you hear us? Okay. And then when Rachel comes off of mute, you'll be able to hear her too, but stay muted through the class so that we don't get any background noise. I would appreciate that. So again, thank you for being part of us. And I will let Rachel take off and start the class for us. Okay, Rachel, there you go.
Okay, here I am. Good morning. Welcome to this Tai Chi breathing stretching class. And for those of you who is returned from last semester's, welcome back. This is the fourth semesters that I'm doing the Tai Chi breathing, stretching, and more. And we keep have people wanting to have this class, but this class is recorded, so don't worry about you missing the class. You can always look at the recording. So with that being said, let's go ahead. Go ahead with my presentation, give you the overview of this class and a little details. So I'm going to do the screen sharings right now. Let me see. I think it should be here. Let me see. Marie, if I don't, is everybody see the screen? Marie, if you...
We do.
Okay, very good. Then that was good. So this is the fourth semester, Tai Chi breathing, stretching, and more other exercise. And I'm Rachel Dimwood, and I have been doing Tai Chi and for many years, and teaching the same thing, the breathing, stretching, before I even retired from INL. And I was invited by the management to teach the INL bus driver during the lunch hour to do a little Tai Chi stretching and breathing. And then I also participate in the Fit and Fall proof provided by the health department, along with the training from the physical therapy, occupation therapy. So I have combined all this to my own program. So I want to kind of introduce to you what we're going to do in this class. So the purpose of this class is to promote exercise for NKA communities, so we know how to breathe correctly and do a little bit stretching and do a little bit aerobic exercise, get our heart pumping. The reference I've been using is two books. One is Beginning Qigong, and that's where 13 grant preservers will be teaching and focus on this class. And then there's another book, is Tai Chi Chuan, is by Simu Ku, and we are not teaching all the Tai Chi Chuan movement, but just one or two of them. And another one is Fit and Fall Proof. There's a link. You can go there. It's in the Health and Welfare Department. I teach that programs before pandemic for many, many years. And it is very good program and tell you how to make sure you exercise and not prevent falling. So we'll give a little bit exercise from that program. Now, here is all the link from the previous 3 semester we have recorded and put it on the AARP Idaho channel. So you can click the link and it will take you there. So don't worry about missing the class. But if you join us in person, you can always ask questions at the end. So quickly go to this internal martial art. Tai Chi is basically an internal martial art, including the breathing and the stretching exercise. And then the one we're going to focus and teach in this class is 13 grant preservers. And then touch a little bit parts, movements in Tai Chi Chuan. So the great benefit from the pause that I will be mentioning about is that the fundamental characters for Tai Chi is for the health and longevities. And it really achieve and maintain the straight and flexible spinal columns. And the stretch basically humanize all the body muscle and tendons, and they increase the circulation in your body so the blood will float, and that will help you to be functional for your lower back and legs. So in order to obtain this great benefit from those poses, the things you need to do is you need to always keep yourself straight. You stand perfectly straight. What that means is that when you stand up, you're not curling your back. Your ear, your shoulder, and your hip is in the straight line. If you cannot feel that straight line, I will show you how to do a posture to force you to straight up. And we'll do that later. So the way to feel the straightening up your postures is you feel like your head is being pulled to the sky and your feet is rooted to the ground like the tree. The roots of the tree is down under the ground. And so, in other words, your body should feel heavily and light at the same time. So breathing at the same time is according to the instruction I'm going to show you in a minute. And the inhale and exhale is natural as you can be, but deep enough to where the area is the dantian, which is by the navel. I'll show you the picture in next slides. So I cannot read my slide here. So basically the Tai Chi exercise, you start doing it, you have to be calm your mind before you start the exercise. You hear the Qi, Tai, and Qi. We'll talk about the principle there. So a word of caution. This is exercise that will help you become more healthier. But then with aging and also physical limitation, you need to always check with your doctor. Some movement, maybe you should not do it. For example, people have osteoporosis. They should not do any twisting exercise. So you know your body the best. and check with your doctor about things that you cannot do. So next thing is we're talking about the breathing exercise. Everybody breathe, so it should be easy. But however, when we were born as a newborn baby, we breathe naturally, deeply. Over the years, when we become adulthood, we are worried about daily activity. We become a shallow breather. We kind of breathe to just the chest and go like very short breathing, and that is not good. So we have to go back to where we were before and learn how to breathe deeply. So the breathing is actually the qi naturally circulate in the human body. Qi is just energy. Qi is just oxygen. So Tai Chi breathing, they suggest that the tip of your tongue is lightly placed on the ridge above the upper teeth. So you'll kind of turn your tongue and touch inside of the upper teeth. And the chi move from, if you look at the picture on the right hand side, and there's a front called conception vessel going under and come back to a covering vessels. That is kind of breathing patterns you can imagine if you cannot, see a visible, see it, and you just imagine that kind of closed circle go through back of your head and come out to your the nose and the mouth. So it's a closed circle. So when you inhale to this 丹田, which is 1.5 inches below the navel. So everybody look where your navel is, just a little bit below. That's how deep you want to breathe down there. Of course, if you have been a shallow breather and you just try to relax, eventually you'll get there. So what is this dantian? Dantian is considered a wellspring of human energy, is a reservoir of energies. So that's get you have enough energies all day long, and by breathing deeply, and they distribute to your lymph. So it's important for the breathing. So let's talk about the 13 grand preservers exercise that this class will be focused. They each have a name. Chinese martial arts always have animals' name associated with each movement. So we're gonna go through the all 13 of them, and I have a way to remember movements by creating the story or imagination pictures, so I can remember all the movement. I will share that with you. So basically, all 13 movement, I create a 3 either picture or story I'll be telling you. So if that help you to remember the movement, and that would be good. Otherwise, you create your own how to remember them. So benefit of Tai Chi Chuan exercise, we say that again and again. It is allow the persons to physically exercise to develop natural rhythm and sense of his body, to harmonize the action of the body with those of the mind. So it's the mind and body exercise, and Tai Chi Chuan actually is mindfulness exercise as well. It creates strengths and energies, and the movement give every part of bodies, the muscle, the bones, the joint, a chance to exercise. And by exercise all this muscle, your internal organ actually exercise as well, and then you'll be much more healthier. So it is also good discipline for the mind. As I mentioned about mindfulness exercise, when you do exercise, Tai Chi exercise, where is your mind? Your mind is focused on your breathing. Inhale and exhale. And things around you is just there. And you don't make any judgment to it. So is mindfulness exercise in the way to discipline your brain. So let's go ahead and move to the next slide. You see the symbol on the right hand bottom corner, the yin and yang Tai Chi philosophy. And basically yin and yang is represent the energy, the primary force. One is positive, one is negative. And so the unities, the balance between the yin and yang is basically called Tai Chi, and which the Western world will call the yin and yang symbols. So those are two forces. They are not fighting each other, and they are complement to each other's. So the two forces is really transformed in the nature, in the activity you do. And for example, after you sleep, which is rest, that is yin, for 8 hours, then you got an energy. You need to get up and do all kind of activity, which is yang, so they can balance. Now, if you do a lot of exercise during the daytimes, it cannot go on forever, and then you have to go to take a nap and rest, and that is yin. So the dynamic balance of yin and yang is where keep you healthy, and that is basically the Tai Chi philosophy. So quickly go through the overview of Tai Chi Chuan. If you can see on the right hand side, there are 64 movements, and there are just yin and yang, and try to balance in each movement, and then it will create a lot of energy in your body, and by breathing at the same times, and your feet, your knee, your leg, and your waist, your hand, your head movements is in a harmonious sequence, and change from yin to yang, and yang to yin. Yang is in the motion, yin is yang at rest. So it is the dynamic balance of these two primal forces, and that's what Tai Chi Chuan is all about. So just kind of give you all 64. It's not scary that you have to remember all 64. It's repetitive. As you can see, the color coordination. I just want you to have some ideas. We're not teaching the Tai Chi Chuan in this class because it needs a little bigger space. Here is the movement of how all 64 move. I just want to show you, it's not complicated, but it's interesting to know. The first one, which you see the one up here, is facing north. Then you go through all the left and right in circle, you end up with 64, which is down there, is also facing north. And that was very interesting to me the first time I learned Tai Chi Chuan. And I thought who created this is pretty smart. It started with north, ended in the north, and is a direction driven. So why is north? Is because north has magnetic field, and that helps the body circulation, and that's the reason why. So what is the class content? We have 5 sessions for this class, and today is April 3rd. We have next Monday, 10 and 17 and 24, and the last one is May 1st. It's all 10 to 11, and the structure of the class is first 25 minutes. We'll do the breathing, and then we'll do the stretching and strength, and then we'll do a little weight shifting and balancing. The next 25 minutes, I like to go ahead and focus on the 13 grand preservers. And if we get a little times, and then we'll do a little parts of the Tai Chi movement, just give you a little flavor how that work. The last 10 minutes, we want to do some exercise for hands and feet, and then we cool down and have last 5 minutes for question answer. So with that, now here is also the link that we use for every session. And if you got in today, that's the link you'll be using for the next 4 session. With that, I think what we will do is go ahead and do a little overview with very few steps for each movement. So don't worry about you cannot catch up with all these movements. I just want to give you a little overview about what we're going to do in this class. And next week, we're going to go slow with each section, more steps. So with that, I am going to turn the
Rachel,
yes.
it's Marie. I just wanted to tell everyone that the handout that you had sent to Sheena, it did go out just today. So if anyone sees an email that came from us, there would be a handout attached, and that is just what Rachel was just going through, correct? That is the handout.
Yes, that's the handout.
Okay, so just so you're aware, you will have everything that she just went through that was sent to you in an email. If you want to take a look at it, save it, print it, whatever you'd like to do, you have that available.
Okay, thank you for reminding me. So we'll go ahead with with a little music background. Um, okay. So we're gonna go through the overview. So each step, just do 1 or 2 times, just so we can walk through the program just for you today. Before you start exercise, there are 3 things I want you to remember. One is posture. We'll talk about the posture being straight, and we talk about the ear, shoulder, and hip in the straight line. So you can feel like, well, it's just about right. But if you're not sure, groove your elbow on both sides and just open it up. What that does will force you to align those 3 points. Okay, that's number 1 thing. Number 2, balance. Are you balanced? Right now, I am 50-50. I like to use 100 as a balance. So I am basically 50 on my right, 50 on the left. So I'm balanced. So there is a several way to balance. 50-50 is one. Now I'm going to move my right leg just a little bit forward and bend my right knee. Now bending the knee, you have to make sure your knee is not over your toe. So when you look through your knee, the cap of knee, you can briefly see the tip of your feet. Okay, that is the limit. If you're over bending, that's not good for the knee. So this is my 80. I put 80% weight, and I put 20. So 80 plus 20, 100. So I am balanced. So 80-20 is balance. So the next one is you stand up here on the standing leg, make it 95, and the other leg kind of touch there like 5, so it's 95-5, so I'm 100. So I am balanced. All right, so the next one here is 100%. That is balance. So we have 50-50, 80-20, 95-5, and 100. So that's second thing, balance. And the third thing is where is your support system when you off balance. So always have a chair, and don't use those chairs had a wheel under it. Don't even sit on those chairs. So here's your, I use the kitchen step, so it's very steady. So when I'm off the balance, I can hold it. All right. So that goes with everything. You need to look around where is your support systems. That is rail or back of the chairs. If you off balance, that's where you go. So we have three things: straight, balance, protection systems. With that, so everybody stand up. The very first things we're gonna do the breathing. So open your arm and scoop that oxygen into your nose. Inhale through the nose and pushing down through, exhale through the mouth. So we're gonna do two more. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And do another one. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Then pivot on your heel, toe and heel, and to the right, and do the same thing. Inhale through the nose, pivot back to the center, out through the mouth. And then the other side, and do the same thing. In, pivot back through the mouth. We'll just do one more time. Just take your time. In, center out, in, center out. Next one, open your both legs, do a squatting. The squatting is 50-50, except you're bending your knee, and look at the knee is not over tip of your toe. That's the squatting position. And you scoop that oxygen from the floor. Keep your posture straight and reach the ceiling high, 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 high. That's inhale. And pushing down, exhale. We're doing just one more. Inhale to the ceiling. Exhale, pushing down. Now, while you're in a squatting position, use your shoulder, scoop that oxygen, and open your chest wide, wide, wide. Inhale. And scoop back down, exhale. We're gonna do one more. Inhale. And scoop back down, exhale. Okay, that is just general breathing. So we're gonna do the next one, self-compassion breathing. So 50-50, okay? And put both your hands in front of your heart. You can open your eyes and looking at a distance somewhere, or you close your eyes. Make sure you have something there if you feel dizzy, that you can grab it. So inhale and exhale. We just do one more. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Now put both your hands on your tummy. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Do one more. In and out. Now put both your hands on both sides of cheek. In and out, and in and out. Now give yourself a hug. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. In and out. The last one, cross your finger and pray. In and out. Just one more. In and out. So next one we want to do, let's do the stretching. So this is important because every day we sit in front of the computer, we sit in front of the car, we are hugger, and what that create a neck sore and so forth. So the ear touch the shoulder. It doesn't matter which side you start, but your body is straight, you're balanced. So just trying to have that ear to say hello to your shoulder and not raise your shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Just one more. In and out. Now tilt your head and look at tip of your toe and feel the muscle on back of your knee is stretched in and out. Just one more. In and out. Now turn your head and look at the ceiling and feel the muscle in front of your neck kind of stretch. Inhale and exhale. Just do one more. In and out. Now turn your head down to the other side. Turn it down to the other side. You notice I don't turn my head backwards to the back. The fit and fall proof programs just that the people in the retirement age don't do that. Is better, especially you have osteoporosis type of things. So just the front, left, and right. So you turn to the other side, which you haven't do the stretching, and ear try and touch the shoulder and don't raise the shoulder. And inhale and exhale. Let's do one more. In, out. Now tilt your head and look at the tip of your feet and feel the muscle on the back of your neck stretch in and out and in and out. Now tilt your head and look at the ceiling. In and out and in and out. All right, that's the neck. So let's go to the shoulders. Up, front, down, left. Up, front, down, left. 1, 3, 2, 3, 4. And the last 2, 3, 4. And then next one we do is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. All right, that's about the shoulder we want to do. The next one is the hand on the hip. We do the hip. So it's going to the 4 direction. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. And last 2, 3, 4. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. And last 2, 3, 4. And the next one stretch is feet together, hand on the above the kneecap. It just gently turn to the right, circle to the right, second time, and the third time, and the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're gonna have 1 minute's break. I'll let my dog go to the backyard. I'll be right back.
So everyone should be on mute. I wasn't sure if we were hearing Rachel's dog or someone else's dog. Just wanted to remind all of you that hopefully you're on a speaker view, which that way you see a full picture of Rachel and you can see all of her, I guess you want to say all of her body and the way she is approaching this. So hopefully you have put yourself on speaker view so you can just see her.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just adopted a new golden retriever's young dog. She's not patient. So, all right, let's go ahead. So we were in all the stretching from the neck, shoulder, and the hip is important, and the knee, right? So that's kind of from the head to the leg. So the next one I like to do is weight shifting. Let me see the time. Okay, so weight shifting is 50-50. All right, so weight shifting is very important for the aging process because you're constantly to grab things, right? You're shifting, and so is important to know how you shift, not fall. So the shifting is your 50-50, and you just kind of lean toward to 80-20 and 50-50, and the other side 80-20. So 50-50, 80-20, 50-50, 80-20. Okay, so here's what I want you to do is open your arm and grab that beach ball and write the number 8. Let's go. Inhale, exhale, and one more time. In and out. Now reverse. In and out. In and out. We just do 2, okay? We'll do more. So this is called a horizontal movement because we're going horizontal, shifting, and shifting. Now let's do the vertical. So that means one leg is in front of the other leg. Now I got a 50-50, right? So if I want to go 80-20, I just gently bend, and remember the knee is not over the tip of the toe. So that's how much the movement is. It's not big. It's very subtle. So 50-50, 80-20, 50-50, 80-20. Raise both of the arms and scoop the oxygen into your nose. Inhale. And 50-50 and 80-20, pushing out through your nose. Okay, one more time. In. 80-20 out. One more. 50-50 in. 80-20 out. Now we do the other side, which is the other leg in front of the other leg. It doesn't matter which side you start. So if you can see, my leg is right here. 50-50. Now I want 80-20. Just that little subtle bending. 80-20, 50-50. Raise your arm. 50-50. Inhale. And 80-20, pushing out through the mouth. We got 2 more to go. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. And the very last one. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. That is called the weight shifting. So Tai Chi Chuan movement is constantly weight shifting and keep that balance. So we're talking about balance. So we're going to quickly do a couple minutes balance. The balance is the secrets of balance. You always look at a spot on the wall, a picture of something that is not moving, and you just stare at it when you balance yourself. So the way we're gonna try it is you're 95.5, you open your arm. Now pick up something on the wall at your eye level that is not moving, stirring at it, and turn 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We only do 10 today. So the other side, 95.5. Open your arm and look at that spot. And 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, the goal is 30 seconds. So we're gonna start doing that more next Monday. So we did the balancing, we did weight shifting. So I want to kind of move into 13 gram preserver, which is probably do couple, maybe 3 or 4, but I want to tell you the story. It's 13 movement, right? It's hard to remember all this. So I divided by 3 part, each about 4 movements. So I have 3 story and picture to tell you. And the very first one is I will show you each movement and I will show you how to paint up pictures. The very first one, before we do any movement, so your feet is in 45-degree on both sides. And your hand is touching your waist. Your fist is closed and facing upwards. And your body is straight. That means your ear, shoulder, hip is all straight. Your chest out, your tummy in. Okay, that is called a base position. You always come back to this base position. So the very first exercise is called Tiger Sleep on Nanshan Peak. So it is 80-20, one leg, it doesn't matter which leg you start. And the back leg, the hand was touching the dantian. The bending leg, the arm shooting up sky high, and the arm touched the ear. That's inhale. And come back to base position, exhale. All right, so the other side, 80-20. The back leg, back arm touch dantian. The bending arm touch the ears. Let's inhale and come back. We'll do one more. So 80-20, touch, touch, in and out. The other side, 80-20, touch, touch, in and out. If you can figure it out, don't worry, we'll do more next week. So the second one is dragon, dive into Arctic seat. So this one here is 95.5, remember 95.5. And the straight leg, open your palms, touch dantian. The bending leg, the arm shooting, palm facing backwards. That's in. And base position, out. The other side, 95.5. And touch dantian, touch ear, facing palm facing back. And that's in and out. We'll do it one more. So 95.5 in and out. 95.5 in and out. All right, so that's 2. So we'll do 2 more, but you don't have to remember if you struggle with how that work. The third one is golden dragon, shut its mouth. So it's going to be 50-50. And put both your hands together, finger touch together, and push on, doesn't matter which side you're pushing. and turn your head in opposite shoulder. That's inhale. Then you come back to the center, exhale. And then go the other side, in, out. So it is in, inhale, out, and in, out. And the last one in my picture for the first group of 4 is called spare hawk seizes prey. So you become a hawk. So base position and do a squatting. So it's 2 shoulder widths apart. One shoulder, 2 shoulder, squat. So you're the hawk. So you stick up your paws and catch the prey, stick it out, inhale. I follow the hands, that's in. Flip it over, got it, out. You're still in the squatting position, you gotta do the other side. In, flip, out. So we do one more. In, out, and in. Your eye follow the finger, out. So we just did the 4. The first one is tiger sleep on Nanshan Peak. So that's painted pictures. Here is the mountain in the background, and here's a tiger sleep on the mountains. So in front of the mountain there's a lake. There's 2 dragons. So first one is dragon dive into an arty seat, and the second dragon is golden dragon shut its mouth. This dragon stick the head and look left and right. So we got 2 dragons in the lake. So in the sky, there is a spare hawk was flying all over trying to catch its prey. So we just finished up the story about these 4 movements. So think about it. We'll do more next week and move on with that. So we have about 12 minutes left. I want to move to the next section. The next section is, let me think. Okay, the next section, let's just do the hand. We haven't do the hand, right? And the feet. Okay, so this is faster movement and get you a little aerobic exercise. The music will be a little faster. So get your dancing shoes on. If it's too loud, let me know. One thing about learning how the rhythm goes, you got one. Your heartbeat is the rhythm. You gotta listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we do the touching, each finger, and then come back. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn the thumb, just the thumb. Second finger. Third finger. Ring finger. Pinky finger. Circle the other way. Ring finger. Middle finger. Second finger. Ring finger. Thumb. Open, close. Open, close. Open, close. Open, turn. The other way. One more time. The other way. One, swing. 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 One more time, swing. Swing, pull the rope. Faster now. We're gonna ready to climb the rock. 1, 2, ready, climb. Let's go back to swing, okay? 1, 2, ready, swing. Can get your feet moving too. We have 4 dogs in our class. They're all good dogs, so we gotta pet the dogs. Pat the dogs. The other hand. One more time. One more time. They're such a good dog, we give them a dog biscuit. Biscuit, biscuit, biscuit. The second biscuit. I gotta tell him to go take a nap. Go take a nap. Still won't go. Go take a nap. Okay, that's our hand exercise. So the next one, we want to do the feet one. Oh, I need to back up here. So you hear the beat, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Front, side, back, home. Front, side, back, home. When you're ready, front, side, back, home. Get your hand moved. Front, side, back, home. And front, side, back, home. One more time. Front, side, back, home. And front, side, back, home. Just walk. So that's a level 1. To get your heart pumping, we'll do a level 2 just for today. There's a 3rd level. So it's gonna front and side and back and home. Go like front and side, back and home. Front and side and back, home. Front and side, back, home. Front and side and back and stop. All right, we'll do more, and the purpose is get your heart start pumping. All right, so I think we can do one more for the feet. So here's the pumping the feet. Okay, it's pumping the blood because you stand on your feet all day long. The gravity pull your blood, and then your feet kind of swollen. So you want to pump it back up. So it's pumping. So the way is you pump front for 8 times, just tap, and 8 times to the right side, and then you swing for 8 times. Okay, that's it. We are going to do just 2 sets. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, pump. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Swing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Second set. Front, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Swing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stop. Okay, walk a little bit. And the other side. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, pop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, swing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, second set, front, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, swing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, stop. Okay, walk. That's a feet exercise for today. So we have last 4 minutes left, and we are going to go sit down. To finish our program. Now, sit down has something to do with preventing fall. Remember I was saying that don't ever sit on the chair, had a wheel, without even looking back where you sit, and the chair take off and you fell and you fall. So the way to sit down properly is what? You have to look where the chair is, and then you have to grab the handles on both sides if you could, or one side of this. Make sure there's no wheel under it, and then you sit down. That's how properly sit. Okay, so here's what we're going to do to close out our program. I want you to use your one leg, doesn't matter which leg, to write your first name, and the other leg your last name. And we also have a word for the day. Today is enjoy life. So enjoy is one leg and life is the other leg. Okay, so let's go ahead with one leg. Start with your first name. All right, I'm done mine. The other leg is your last name. I'm done mine. So we're gonna write enjoy. So this is E-N-J-O-Y. Had a little kick. Life. L-I-F-E. That I had a little dot. Okay. Thank you for joining the class today. So we have 1 minute, but we'll see whether there's a couple questions so I can answer, and hopefully you enjoy the class today. And so,
Anybody have a question for Rachel? You could unmute yourself if there's something you'd like to ask her. I think everybody just would like to thank you for sure, taking the time. Go ahead, Rebecca.
I had a question. The diagram that you showed of the spinal cord, and you breathe in from the front and it goes down around the back and, comes up the back. I thought on that one, you were saying breathe in from the mouth and then out through the nose. But later when we were doing a lot of exercises, it was breathe in from the nose and out through the mouth. So I got a little confused about that.
yes. Okay. That diagram is basically telling you what the energies go through your systems. Okay. And so imagine you're going through the nose, which I was mentioned to you, and then going down to dantian. All right. So then you imagine going under and come back to the governing vessel, which is on your back, and then coming to your nose, and then mouth out. That is almost like you can't see it, but you can imagine it. And that imagination basically is how long that's slow that you know you need to breathe out. Okay. And I know is trying to say that is where the chi go, but chi was actually going through your body. And then when they go to the cycle, actually, where is that blood oxygen going to your arm and leg? So when I breathe in deeply to my dantian. I just imagine to kind of go through my back, and then before I go through, lift my hip lower part. My imagination go out to that energy just going to my leg and then coming back here and then just going through my arm. Those are all imagination. I would just close my eyes. What that does to you is sort of calm you and slow down your breathing. So you inhale all the way down, then you exhale, you kind of go through that imagination, all the energy is going to every part of your body and out through your mouth. That is kind of imagination. So you don't see it, but could you feel it? I probably could feel it because I feel good, right? Because that was deep. Inhale the energy. That energy has to go somewhere. It's going through that channel things that the pictures show.
But would you recommend that people practice just their breathing?
Yes.
Yes. I was
Yes.
going to say, so you get used to that type of breathing. And when we do these exercises, it maybe will come more natural.
Yeah. The part I think you ought to feel is when you breathe, you need to feel is just stop right here. Then I ran out. I have to come out. Then you're a very shallow breather. You just kind of breathe all the way. Well, you have to relax first. And then, oh, today is deeper down here. And then the other next day is when you just absolutely relax. You feel like it's in your navel areas. And that's how you'll train yourself to breathe deeply, you know. And in order to do that, you have to be calm, you have to be relaxed. But that is how you do it. But don't force breathing, you keep going, then you feel dizzy, you know. Breathing is supposed to be natural, you just need to be slow and deep. That's it. And so there's no secret.
Okay, everyone that I see in the chat, many people have thanked you, Rachel. Appreciate your time and your knowledge. And hopefully you all have the, I want to say the attachment that was sent to you in an email. If you want to look through what she had gone through in the beginning, the handout. And if there's any questions, you can always send them to her, or you can bring them up next week. But the class itself will get posted sometime later today. And you can always review it this week yourself and practice daily if you'd like.
Okay, if there's no question, I guess have a very nice day. Thank you.
Okay, and we'll see you next Monday, same time. Share this with others. You can always sign up for these classes, even that morning of. And we have several classes offered, so please look at our site. If there's anything else, we do have classes. All our classes are going into the May. So if there's something else you'd like to attend, please look at that and sign yourself up. Other than that, have a wonderful Monday. We'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks
All
again,
right.
Rachel. Bye-bye,
Thanks.
everyone.
Thanks, Rachel. Thanks, Marie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheena.